Have you ever wondered why the sharks lurking near our shorelines look like mere toddlers compared to the massive giants roaming the deep offshore waters? Today, we dive deep into the heart of the ocean to decode a single powerful rule that explains why these predators reach such staggering sizes out there. These apex predators are built for survival, equipped with biological tools that have remained unchanged for millions of years in the vast, unforgiving blue wilderness. Every detail of their anatomy, from their sensory pose to their massive gills, is designed to dominate an environment where only the strongest and largest thrive. This is a journey into the elite club of the ocean, where size isn't just an advantage. It is the absolute golden ticket for long-term survival. We are exploring the hidden mechanics of nature that dictate the growth of these legendary beasts, far beyond the reach of human shores and shallow reefs. Prepare yourself to see the ocean through a different lens, where distance from the shore directly translates to the sheer physical power of its inhabitants. I am standing here at the edge of the world, but the real story begins miles away, where the water turns dark and the giants roam. Why does the open ocean foster such extreme growth? Is it the food, the temperature, or something much more fundamental written into their very DNA sequences? For decades, marine biologists have observed this phenomenon, but only recently have we pieced together the one rule that explains this massive size disparity. As we move away from the safety of the coast, the environment changes drastically, demanding a completely different physiological strategy for every creature that lives there. Near the shore, life is frantic and fast-paced. Most small sharks use the complex reefs for protection, but they rarely reach the colossal sizes of their cousins. The contrast is staggering. It is like comparing a local pond to the infinite void of space, each requiring a different set of rules for life. Somewhere out there, the rules of biology are being pushed to their limits, creating monsters of the deep that defy our common understanding of marine life. Buckle up as we explore the science, the data, and the incredible survival tactics of the offshore sharks. The answer lies in the rule of efficiency. To understand the scale, look at this comparison. The blacktip reef shark is a formidable hunter, but it is dwarfed by the massive oceanic whitetip. In these shallow nurseries, the abundance of small prey and hiding spots makes it the perfect place for young sharks to grow up without being eaten. Mangroves serve as natural nurseries, protecting the little ones from larger predators. However, the limited space and resources here act as a ceiling for growth. But once they venture beyond the continental shelf, the safety of the roots vanishes, replaced by a blue desert where there is nowhere to hide at all. As we move hundreds of miles away from the nearest landmass, we enter a realm where the biological pressure to grow large becomes an absolute necessity. This is the oceanic whitetip, a wanderer of the open sea. Out here, being small is a death sentence. Size is the only currency that matters. Every movement is calculated. In a place where meals are few and far between, an animal must be large enough to travel thousands of miles easily. Temperature also plays a role. Larger bodies retain heat much better, allowing these sharks to dive into the cold depths in search of elusive deep-sea prey. Even the gentle giants like the whale shark prove this point. They roam the offshore currents, but growing to school bus sizes by following the ocean's nutrient highways. While the coast is a buffet, the open ocean is often a desert. Only those with massive energy reserves can survive the long journey between these patches. The mako shark is the offshore sprinter. Its size provides the muscle power needed to reach speeds of 40 miles per hour in pursuit of tuna. This is basic physics. A larger volume relative to surface area means the shark is a more efficient machine, wasting less precious energy as it moves. Out here, there is no reef to provide a snack. You are the predator of the void, and your size determines your place in the food chain. From the sleek blue shark to the strange hammerhead, the trend is clear. The further they venture from the shore, the more they tend to grow. Nature has fine-tuned these animals over eons. Their skin, their shape, and especially their size are all optimized for the brutal reality of the open ocean. But we often think of the ocean as one big pool. But for sharks, it is divided by invisible borders of depth, temperature, and most importantly, distance. This isn't just a coincidence. It is a biological law that scientists are only now beginning to quantify through rigorous field research and data collection efforts. To find the truth, researchers had to leave the comfort of the coast and head into the wild, where the weather is rough and the sharks are huge. Every dot on this map represents a giant, covering thousands of miles in a single season. Their size is what makes these incredible journeys even possible. So, what is the one rule that governs this? It all comes down to a groundbreaking study by a man dedicated to understanding these oceanic titans. Enter the world of Dr. Neil Hammerschlag, a leading marine scientist whose work has fundamentally changed how we view the growth patterns of sharks worldwide. By analyzing thousands of data points, Dr. Hammerschlag discovered a shocking trend that held true across different species, oceans, and varying environmental conditions around the globe. The research was exhaustive, involving years of tagging and measuring sharks in their natural habitats to ensure the accuracy of this new biological discovery. The data revealed a heat map of size. The further a shark lived from the coast, the larger its average body mass tended to be, without exception. This is the golden rule. Distance from land is the most reliable predictor of a shark's ultimate size, surpassing even the availability of local food sources. The computers processed the variables, factoring in human impact, water depth, and nutrient levels to isolate the single most important driver of this phenomenon. These currents are the highways of the deep. To ride them, a shark needs the momentum and energy storage that only a large body can provide. A larger liver means more oil, which means more fuel for the journey. It is like having a bigger gas tank for a cross-country trip. Dr. Hammerschlag's team used these tags to track real-time movements, proving that the largest individuals were the ones making the most daring oceanic crossings. This technology allowed us to see where they go when we aren't looking, revealing a world of giants that rarely ever visit our crowded coastal waters. It's all about the energy return. A giant shark can go weeks without eating after one big kill, a luxury that smaller sharks simply cannot afford. Larger sharks can glide more efficiently, using their mass to maintain momentum. This passive movement saves massive amounts of calories over thousands of miles of travel. Being big also means being warm. This thermal inertia allows them to hunt in the deep, cold layers where smaller, cold-blooded fish would become sluggish and slow. But there's another side to the story. Because it's not just about where they want to be, it's also about where they are allowed to survive and grow. History tells us that giants once roamed closer to our shores. Their absence today is a sign of how we have altered the rules of the sea. The rule is simple. The further away from humans a shark is, the safer it is to live long enough to reach its true biological maximum size. When the pressure of fishing is removed, the giants return. This confirms that the rule is partly a survival response to our own industrial activities. In these remote sanctuaries, time seems to stand still. Here, A shark can grow for 30, 40, or even 50 years without encountering a single hook. Standing next to these models, you realize that the offshore world isn't just a different place. It is a different dimension of life entirely. Now that we understand the rule, so let's look at the incredible tactics these giants use to dominate the vast blue deserts of our planet's oceans. Prepare to witness the elite hunting strategies of the offshore kings. This is how you survive when there is absolutely no room for any error. Hunting in the open ocean is like chasing a ghost in a blue room. You need incredible speed and even more incredible stamina to succeed here. The Mako is a biological torpedo. Its massive size provides the power required to reach these speeds, making it the fastest shark in the entire world. Ironically, it takes less relative energy for a giant to move than a small one. This is the secret to their success in the blue desert. With a sense of smell that can detect a single drop of blood in an Olympic-sized pool, they are the ultimate trackers of the deep sea. The hunt is a game of patience. A large shark can wait for days, using its stored fat to stay strong until the next school of fish arrives. They even have internal heaters, or this specialized blood vessel system keeps their brains sharp, allowing them to outthink their cold-blooded prey in deep, dark waters. Not all giants are hunters. The whale shark reaches its massive size by traveling the world's currents and filtering tiny plankton from the nutrient-rich offshore water. This strategy of eating low on the food chain allows them to grow to 40 feet long, a feat that would be impossible near the coast. In the open sea, it is a clash of titans. When two offshore giants meet, the battle is a display of pure, raw physical power and evolutionary perfection. These animals do not know borders. They are the true citizens of the world, following the pulse of the planet to find the best feeding grounds. Size also acts as a shield against the pressure of the deep. Smaller fish would be crushed, but these giants dive thousands of feet without any hesitation. They can feel the electricity of life itself. This sixth sense is amplified in the vastness, allowing them to find food where we see only emptiness. To launch a 3-ton body into the air requires an explosion of energy that only a massive, well-fueled offshore predator can generate in an instant. They are the regulators of the ocean. By hunting the sick and the weak, they keep the entire marine ecosystem healthy and in perfect balance. Every time you see a giant shark, you are looking at a survivor. They have dodged every hook and survived every storm to reach this size. It takes time to build a giant. Some species don't even reach maturity until they are 20 years old, making every large shark a precious treasure. Being out here, you feel small. These sharks remind us that we are just guests in a world that is much older and bigger than we are. When a 20-foot great white swims by your boat, the rule isn't just a theory anymore. It is a physical reality that demands your total respect. But the world is changing. The rule that created these giants is being challenged by the rapid expansion of human industrial activity across all the oceans. The offshore zones are no longer the safe havens they once were. The pressure is mounting, and the giants are the ones with the most to lose. We must understand how our presence is shifting the biological landscape, pushing these magnificent creatures to the very brink of their existence in the wild. The modern ocean is a busy place. Massive cargo ships and industrial fishing fleets now occupy the same space where sharks have lived for millions of years. These invisible barriers of hooks and nets are cutting through the ancient highways of the deep, making every journey a dangerous gamble for a growing shark. Many offshore giants bear the scars of our world, while a hook in the mouth or a scar on the back is a common sight in the deep. We have effectively downsized our coastal waters by removing the largest individuals through overfishing. We have altered the very balance of the nearshore marine life. The data is heartbreaking. In some areas, we have lost 90% of our large sharks, leaving the ocean without its primary guardians and balancing forces. Industrial fishing doesn't just take the fish, it takes the food that sharks rely on to reach their giant potential, forcing them to travel even further. Even the blue deserts are being polluted. Microplastics and chemicals are now found in the tissues of the largest predators in the deepest parts of the sea. Because they are so large and live so long, offshore sharks accumulate more toxins in their bodies than almost any other creature on the entire planet Earth. Nowhere is truly remote anymore, or our influence has reached the deepest trenches and the furthest corners of the offshore world, changing the rules for everyone. But there is hope. Marine protected areas are like Ocedow in a wounded sea, giving sharks a place to grow and reach their massive natural sizes. In these zones, the rule works in our favor. Without human interference, the giants return, proving that the ocean has an incredible power to heal itself. Conservation is a team sport. It requires scientists, governments, and local communities to agree that a living shark is worth more than a dead one. Every shark we save is a victory for the planet. They are the keepers of the deep, and their survival is tied directly to the health of our world. A single shark can bring millions of dollars in tourism over its lifetime. Protecting them isn't just ethically right, it is also a smart economic decision. When we treat the ocean with respect, we get to witness the true majesty of nature. Though these encounters change lives and inspire the next generation of protectors, education is the key. By teaching the world the truth about these misunderstood giants, we can change the narrative from one of fear to one of awe. The giants are still out there, waiting for us to give them the space they need to thrive. They are the true kings of the blue wilderness. We are seeing the first signs of a comeback. In the heart of the offshore world, the giants are slowly reclaimed their ancient, legendary territory. This is what we are fighting for. This is the one rule in action. A world where the ocean is big enough for the giants to live. As we conclude, remember that the ocean's health is our health. The story of the giant shark is actually the story of our own survival on Earth. A new day is dawning for ocean conservation. Across the globe, people are waking up to the critical importance of protecting our wild offshore waters. Every tag we deploy and every shark we track adds a vital piece to the puzzle of how we can best protect these nomadic giants of the sea. Science is our greatest tool. By understanding their DNA and their habits, we can create smarter laws that protect them throughout their entire massive life journey. We have seen their power, their speed, and the biological rules that make them the undisputed masters of the vast, open, blue deserts of our planet. They are not the monsters from the movies. They are complex, beautiful, and essential pieces of the machinery that keeps our ocean and us alive. The mission is clear. We must protect the giants. By doing so, we ensure that the rule of size continues to govern the deep for eons. Join us in this mission. Every voice counts, and every person who learns the truth about sharks becomes a part of the solution for their future. Your support can change the tide. From choosing sustainable seafood to supporting marine parks, your actions have a direct impact on the offshore giants' survival. Imagine an ocean where the giants can grow without fear. That is the world we are working toward. and it is a world within our reach. The ocean is vast, but it is also fragile. It takes all of us to stand up and speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. As this giant dives back into the darkness, it carries with it the hope of a species that has survived 5 mass extinctions on this planet. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. The more we know, the more we can do to protect the wildness of our seas. Let the giants roam free. Let the offshore rule continue to create the legends of the deep. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring our world. The ocean is calling. It is time for us to answer with respect, with science, and with a commitment to protect every single life within it. Good night to the giants. Sleep well in the deep blue, on knowing that there are people up here who finally understand your importance to the world. Every giant was once a pup. Every protector was once a viewer. Thank you for being a part of this story. Together, we can save the sea.